First up, UI art. Believe it. Believe it. Car for free. What's up? Cars for free sounds amazing. So, Legend of Zelda UI. I still need to play this game so that I can see the UI. That way I can actually properly compare. I'll just do this. There you go. It's pretty cool though. I mean, it looks legit. The idea of already purchased, usually I would suggest like adding like you almost don't need these three options. You would have like maybe like the main image like this one here. Let me do this. Like if I was designing this UI, right? I would probably take this element and then put that here. Make it like that big or something. And then I'm just gonna do this. Don't mind me. This is great. Yes, so good. Oh yeah, feeling it. Oh, the blending. It's so like perfect. And adding this and then taking this frame here and animating it. Maybe like panning concepts of that DLC. And then you want details below it, right? And maybe, I mean, maybe you get that when you select these, right? But like you can put like a new tag on here, or like the color of the new ones is different. And then the ones that are already purchased, they just say purchased like this. So then you wouldn't even need, I mean, I guess it's a filtering thing, right? But yeah. Let's look at the other stuff in here. I mean, this is basically like, it could be this, and I guess you get that when you click on this here, right? Part-time UI artist. Yeah, those sick painting skills. Overall though, this is cool. It's really cool. It's supposed to be a filter. I get that. I mean, in that case, you would think about how you're using the controllers, right? So, if you're in this screen, left joystick down, right? Down, 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 down. Downloadable content. Click. Then on this one, there's new. You would click that, or you'd go down your already purchased. What's the reason for you going to your already purchased ones? Because you need to download them? Is that the idea behind it? So like, let's say that's fine. You want to go to your already purchased, then you press down again and then click it. And then you see your already purchased ones in this view or in this view. Like I'm missing there's a step between this shot and this shot where like if you have 4 already purchased content, are you scrolling through it here? I guess this is the purchase screen, so man, I don't know. Sorry, I may be thinking about this too much. But hopefully you see what I'm saying. I'm used to selecting these with like bracket buttons. Like with the top buttons. And then that's like controlling filters. So like you could have this view and then brackets and then filters up here. Yeah, overall though, layout's solid. The layout looks really good. All right, we got Rocky. Rocky is next. Is this guy? So it says, hey, Den, if possible, can I get some feedback on this image? Trying to make it look underwater. Thanks. So the biggest thing you're missing is everything else that's underwater. That's like the easiest way to sell the underwater look. If you get like, if you build some like basic, like a basic, I don't know, lake bottom or ocean bottom kit, that'll help you immensely. Next up is particles, for sure. Mainly games, totally on it. Yeah, particles. So you get like the particulates that are floating around in the water. The props that I'm talking about on the ground are going to be things like rocks that are like covered in gunk and stuff, right? And then you got like kelp, whether it be freshwater or saltwater. A school of fish, even if it's just the silhouettes of them in the distance. And then right now you've got this gradient that's coming from the center. Getting the gradient to come from up above makes you feel like you're descending into the depths of water. So like the gradient, the props on the ground to help sell the surface, or the ocean bottom or lake floor, and then the particles in the water. Those alone will get you there. The other thing you could do is to really like drive home the particles in the air. It's kicking on the fog and turning these beams on. Yeah, I think that would be best. Starfish, gotta have the starfish, man. All right, Snickers. General feedback, I have a tendency to make things unnecessarily dark. So a word about lighting and color would be nice. All right, and you added the characters for scale like I asked. That's awesome. So these are always difficult for me because like I think what the things that are getting me right now I think are the scale and then like roughness information. And if I look at this shot, there's things that are in scale and then there's things that they're feeling off. Is there a light right here? I think those are light sources. Hey, Player Anonymous, thanks for the follow, man. So this pattern on the side here extends out pretty far. And seeing the bricks in between it's a little strange. I think that those are placeholder. Okay, that's good to know. Triple, like quadruple check the scale on everything. Like this, the pallet thing feels strange next to the dumpster. The roughness of the brick and the amount of aging and wearing on it is very odd feeling as well. Like it's really reflective here. Really reflective. The brick pattern, Calger says also the brick pattern on the corner is supposed to zigzag. Well, you just have small, big, small, big, if that makes sense. Okay, we're gonna look this up really fast here. No, this is more of like a facade thing. Like, so here's kind of an example. It's not very it's not a very good example of it, but I think having the gap between them is really strange looking. Because, like, you can see how the brick is cutting. Just thickening those up is automatically going to solve a lot of the problems. And it'll actually connect it to the base of the building a lot more. I actually think it would be pretty interesting if the back wall here was a different material than this brick, or a different type of brick. So that there's like, it looks like it's meeting another building and they were built at different times. I think check your scale and get a little bit further along with all the other props, and then we should look at it again. Also, your fire hydrant is very, very dark in the albedo. Hopefully this is all is helpful to you, though. The fire hydrant fills out of scale? I don't think... I mean, it may be. Let me see. It is quite small. I mean, if this... if I just skewed this guy right... What am I doing? What's happening here? Either way. Yeah, check scale and everything. The scale across the board feels a little wonky. Like it's kind of going in different ways. I think once you get a character stand next to it, it's not as cherry picky. I just realized Matthew's a mod. Again, sorry I'm coughing like crazy, guys. All right. This looks pretty cool. Looking for feedback on this, please. Lighting, too bright, too dark. What would you change? What would you add? I really warmed it up, the post-processing. I was curious if you think a different mood might make it look better. I won't be able to make it to the stream, but likely it will catch the VOD. There's another image too, isn't there? So one of the biggest things I think I would change is this this gap. Matthew, what's up? Or Bumby, sorry, Bumby. This space here, that'll either allow you to widen the path or play with the wall shapes, right? So like if I look at, let's do this. So when I see how you've set up the space, you've got this piece that's sticking out. This piece here, and then it goes down. Oops. Like that, right? And then this part of the wall goes just goes straight down. So that part sticks out, and then it's straight, and then you have this edge, and then this edge. And then I guess you could say like this edge. So when I look at that, if you were to imagine it from up top, you're getting let's say this is the railing here. And then you have your the smaller railing, which is this one here, going like this. This is your walkway, and then the smaller railing again here. But like where this part happens here, these are very close to the same distance as it keeps going out. You can either bring this one in or bring this one out and to help separate those. But then like the wall here, right now what I'm seeing is a straight line like this, and then every other wall piece because I'm assuming it's modular, has a piece that sticks out like that, right? If you could take, hang on here. If you could take that pattern and break it up further, it'd be pretty good. Because right now, this is your negative space, right? And it makes the hallway quite straight, or just like very square. Taking this and like maybe bringing this out here and then ending your railing. And then this is like maybe like this is how I look at things. I'm sorry. Like hopefully this is making sense. And then making this like an entrance here. Just breaking up the wall. Matthew, I'm a little lazy right now, sorry. Ms. Barry, what's up? How you doing? Getting that type of breakup, because right now it's all straight shots, right? If I turn these off too, I don't actually, I just realized this, that these are open. And like, I'm not sure what's happening here, but something is bending the railing. I don't know what that is. Getting the space back there to be darker or lighter is key. That's right, I'm doing it. Oh, sorry guys. I figured you guys would like me coughing more than like no stream. I think that would help a lot. Either that or let's see here. Come on, give me the options. Okay, that darkens. There we go. Oh. Salty, dude. Thanks. Thanks for follow. What is happening? Yeah, I think breaking it up like that. The scene is also pretty warm. Maybe the outside is maybe flip it. Make the outside warm. Make the inside here kind of cold, because you have warm colors in here with the paint and stuff. That'll come through the cold as well. Try that. Play with the cold and play with the dark, or with the hot values, and just see if you can get those to dance with each other, right? Hopefully that's gonna help. Oh, you know what'd help? Not coughing. Crazy. Finished it finally after 4 months. Turbo, thanks for the follow. Would gladly hear some overall feedback. Trying to fill my portfolio with interesting vehicles right now. So this looks pretty cool. Is this... Are these like custom patterns, or are those like really, are those true? Oh, that is real writing up there. I see it. Your reference is a little hard to work with. I really like this one. I think trying to get some directional roughness variation on it, so like showing that it's taken a beating as it's flown through the air, right? And just getting that wherever there's drag to see a little bit of like color discoloration or roughness change. Because right now, like it's more of like it's been sitting there parked for a long time. If you know what I mean. It's like sitting there rusting or getting old. Maybe that's what you're going for as well. I don't know. I love the fact that those are wooden blades. I mean, in general, these look pretty cool. I think just pushing your... So the roughness ranges are more realistic, I think, in the way that you're portraying these. And I think depending on how you want to go about selling yourself in the art world, it'll be the difference between like a really realistic roughness variation or like getting the materials to pop so that you get those cool like AAA roughness range, right? Where things are like really reflective if they're metals and like everything's kind of like fantastical a little bit in the roughness. I don't know. Like, dude, this top view on this one, super cool. There's something about the color variation inside of this is really nice. Isn't there was one that you could... This one. Let's see here. I mean, it might be... oh, this looks... That's pretty awesome. I mean, when you get the angles, let's see here. I mean, I think it's got it. I think it's just a difference between... I think it's a difference between a render. Like, is this a render, right? Are these renders versus, like, in here? In the content, in the Sketchfab? Super cool. Man, that blowout is the real deal. Yeah, this looks good. Oh, I like this too. Looks like you baked AO into it as well. Good stuff. I mean, I don't see too much to... I mean, texture work could always be worked on, right? Getting some nice weld lines in there. I mean, it looks like there's some. Don't be afraid to add polys to make this rounder. Especially if you're already committing to the entire coil, you know? The only other thing I think I would mention is like roughness parity or resolution parity. So like the res here versus the res here. They might be in line with each other. Like you could say, so let's say we got panel lines here, right? Getting some panel lines along this could be good. I mean, this is like I don't know what this material is. I'm not caught up on this type of structure. Like how these were made and stuff. Because I know this is metal and this is metal, but is this like just like paper structure on top of a... It's like, let me check inside. We'll see how it's made. Why are the guns behind the propeller? Dude, it's so amazing, but it totally works. It totally works. The guns are actually timed to shoot between the blades. So they never actually hit the blades. It's fabric on wood? Okay, I thought so. Because I thought I remember it being like something crazy. But yeah, the machine guns are synchronized with the blades. So they'll never actually hit each other. I know, it's freaking crazy. Anyways, this looks dope. I mean, for something, it's already detailed enough, and most people are going to look at it like this, and then when they go in here, they're just getting extra bonus wow, right? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, during that time, like, what? Oh, like, oh yeah, no, we'll just make it go between the... But it's spinning so fast. Don't worry about it, man. We'll figure it out. And you're like, what? It's crazy. All right. Oh, man, this looks great. So this is Alice, right? Alice. Let me double check here. Yes. Yes. So this looks pretty cool. I'm trying to think if I can... Let's look at this. So we got some darker ranges in here. I mean, you turn that up. I don't know if that's going to... Let's see if we can... Maybe something like that. And then put a mask here and invert that. So what I'm looking for is like in your shadows. it's pretty dark. I think along these areas in here, like on the trees, it can be pretty dark, but down here you're getting so much light that's hitting the ground and then bouncing right back up that the base of the tree will actually get more lighting, and as it goes up, it will become a little bit darker. So for the most part, I would say this is pretty accurate. The other thing too is you want to be careful with your saturation. So let's I mean, I feel maybe your saturation's fine. I think if anything, maybe some variation in the tree trunk shapes. So like, let's just... Sorry, I'm just drawing all over people's stuff today. Oh man, I didn't even notice those mushrooms. Like if you could get some like nice undershadows. Get those to just pop out just a little bit more. Oh, I didn't even notice the bicycle. That's funny. See, I think if you were to so let's go ahead and let's do the saturation stuff. So if you bring this down, maybe like just a little bit down, not too much. Let's see where we're at here. Yeah. And then go in, and where the bicycle is, pump it up. So let me make sure I'm doing this right. So where the bicycle is, you just kick up those reds. You know, honestly as well, I mean, you could figure out how to do this in real time. But I mean, it's whatever. It's whatever, man. Let's invert this, and we'll turn the saturation up. So turning the saturation up on the bicycle, and leaving the colors where it was at before is pretty good. But like, you see how much it pops out now versus where it was before? Got to be careful of the leaves and stuff though. Getting a little nitpicky, but you know, got to be careful of this. You just want that red to pop. That red orange. Oh, I just noticed this. Just the only other thing I think you should touch on is like these leaves back here. You're getting some like mipping issues, where essentially as you get further away, the texture mips down or down reses, right? And also the alpha is down resing. So when it down reses like that, the accuracy of the alpha can kind of break down. And when that happens, you can get a little bit of texture bleed, where the alpha is not as accurate. That's why things tend to get really solid when they're alpha cut out and they get really far away. You can control that by like making sure that your leaves have enough space between them in the alpha. And then wherever there's, it looks like you're already doing it, but making sure that there's green outside of the actual leaf itself in order to accommodate for any of that padding problem. In general, though, this looks pretty cool. I think it needs rocks. I think some rocks would help. Like right now, you've got them down here. Getting some more rocks would be nice. I'm like just trying to clone stamp them. It's not gonna work, man. I'm like, come on. Just do it. It's fine. Like this little crop here, this outcropping of rocks, like get those all over. Just use the rocks brush. It's fine. Yeah, I think some more of that. And making sure they fit in the environment. Right now, these ones feel like they're from somewhere else. Like maybe they're not interacting with the dirt enough. But I mean, this looks dope. In general, it's awesome. I'm sure Matthew's proud. Oh yeah, and what I was doing with the tree here, like getting that type of breakup, it's good, man. I'm trying to figure out what the hell. There we go. It's getting some wobble in those trees. It's a little too crazy. But I think you know what I mean. That's a little intense. But yeah. That would help. It brings more natural shape to the trees. I'm like, flow, man. It's all about flow. It's all about flow and that car insurance, right? All right, next up, we got Ilya. Dude, this stuff's sick. Pretty cool. 2.5D sculpting here. Look at that. And I can't zoom in. That's cool. Click and zoom. Yes. So the only thing I would say here is the edge highlighting is really it's tight. You can widen that up. It'd be okay. I mean, it could be that tight in some areas, but when it's like that all over, it can feel very it can feel procedural or forced. Be careful with that. I love the little inscription type stuff here. And the breakup on the ground is really nice. The mood is super strong in this. I feel like I'm going to be sacrificed or something. Especially after looking at this shot. Is that blood? Like what? Did you ever feel like when you were building this that something was going to happen to you? That's very Hellblade. I mean, that's a bloody swamp. These look pretty good as well. Gannon, what's up, dude? This is a really cool shot as well, by the way. I could see this animated and I could focus on this. All this is like blurred out at the field. You can see a slight motion of the tree in the background. It's just like the subtle wind. And like you can hear like the little rustling of trees and stuff. And then the focus shifts. The rock becomes blurry and you see the tree. And then you subtly increase the saturation of the red just to draw attention to it after they've had their fill of looking at the tree. Tree is really cool. It's the only thing I think I would say about the tree is each branch kind of follows the same squiggle, if you know what I mean. So if you're to do this, oops. It's almost the same. And maybe it's not the same and it's more about like the frequency of it. It's even in frequency of the wiggle. So you're just like 1, 2, 3, 4. So these ones are pretty close together. So like your brain kind of merges them together. So then you see this one, you're like 1, 2. I think that would be 3. So you can see like every time I hit one of those points, you'll notice that they're it does a lift or a direction change to match the last one. Almost at the same distance. This one's kind of weird. That one's kind of working out. I don't know if that makes sense. But overall, this is such a cool scene. That's getting just real picky about like the overall like shape read of stuff. And the material here is just interesting. It just looks cool. Like maybe like a roughness difference between the two, depending on how old the this insignia or pattern is. Man. But yeah, feels nice. Feels real nice. Who's this? Leif. Leif, where you at? General feedback would be nice. Oh, man. Okay, so we need to... Can one of the moderators... So, Leif's name in the Discord is USB adapter. I love it. Can you get in contact with him and help him out with... I like this Ilya guy. Matt. Heyo, it's me. There's a thing to sign up for portfolio reviews. Yes. I got your message too. You set an alarm so that you wouldn't fall asleep so you could catch the stream. So I'll critique one thing. I'll go with this one. Man, that background is bright. So maybe like maybe make a darker background. Red, thanks, man. So in general, this looks pretty good. I think it's pretty overall beat up. Poly count wise looks nice. This, I actually really like this spot right here. I think it's just like the way this is interacting with this, how this is rusted. This could, let me see here. Ugh. Don't be scared to add more geometry around these just to get it nice and rounded. Dark backgrounds equals win. It's true. It's true. I'm like, come on. I doubt this is going to work. Oh my god, it kind of did. Having like a complementary color to it as well will help. Kind of worked. Kind of. Don't zoom in too close though. In general though, I mean, this is cool. Black is no color, nor is white. Freaking out. Freaking out, man. Anyways. I think, I mean, this is a pretty old, beat up chest thing you got here. This toolbox maybe could use some denting. And is it painted red, or is that supposed to be rust? Dark, like my soul kappa spelled wrong. Oh, that's interesting. Wait a minute. Ah. So the inside is a mirror of the top side. Because I can see like where it's welded. It's interesting because you can kind of fake the effect of like heat from like welding these brackets on the underside just by proxy. So what I would actually suggest doing is making your paint a different color. That way you can express your rust and your metals better. Because I'm sure there's rust in here. It's like these little corners and stuff here. If you can see your rust clear by making your paint more of like a blue or another standard like toolbox color. And then yeah, maybe having a floor. I mean, you could grab a floor from like Substance Share or the Quixel Megascans library. That's just flat and just place it on top of there. It'll give you like a nice PBR based material to go off of as well. For like making sure it's got the parity. Yeah, paint the inside. I don't know if they'd even paint the inside. Would they do that? I'm not sure. Anyways, in general, it's an interesting prop, and I want you to know that the poly count looks pretty good. I'm not sure if it's like crazy high or anything, but it's rounded where I expect it to be rounded. Like it doesn't look low, which is good. Oh man, stylized candy shop. Reddington is going to take you to the candy shop. He just dropped a link though. That's all he said. I guess I read these. I finally started seeing and finished the block out. Currently busy with making the trim sheets and materials. Also getting my head around a new workflow between 3D Co and Photoshop. Cool. Yeah, let's get you into portfolio review and we can look at your stuff. So I'm sure you already heard my comments on this, like the spacing between these being so even. If I were to go, we're going to use this color. Do that. So when you're looking at, oh, Jesus, a giant brush, and I'm just going to do diagonal because it's easier, right? If you got like a shape like this, and you're doing your drips, it's like a sine wave. Getting those to space so they're not all the same. Dude, it's almost like they're little toes, man. Little toes, little toenails. Man, that's really weird. Getting it so like the beat isn't even like this. You wanna pay attention to this curve, and you also want to pay attention to this spacing for the curve. So doing stuff like having one low point, and then maybe like one close to it, one maybe over here, and one here. I don't know, just spacing them out so they're not like following a pattern, right? And then getting them like uneven spacing, rules of thirds all the time. Like I almost want to extend this out this way and then do this, just so this point is sitting on like a good like 1, 2. If you look at this area here, it's 1, 2. This separation here would be like 1, 2. Yeah. Anywho. Whoa, it's like magic. I mean, in general, this space is looking pretty cool. I think you just need to keep going. It's pretty interesting. I like the floor. Keep that geometry. That's pretty cool. Chocolate blood. You want some good blood food? Find a place that sells dinuguan. Amazing. Trust me. Filipino dish. Dinuguan. In general, this is looking pretty cool though. A little storage room. Bathrooms. Man, you're going all out. You sure you want to build that many spaces? I would just like focus on this main room and then call it good there. I mean, this looks like it's the back of the room, right? The storage room is going to be pretty easy because you'll have already built so many of the props that would have gone in there that you can just put them in here in a stored propped state. Make sure not all your boxes are square as well. Make some long ones as also. All right, we are running out of time. Dude, this looks great. This is from the Substance Challenge. Or the Discord Substance Challenge. I'll be glad to hear what you think about my material for the challenge. It's looking pretty good. I think there could be some more color variation in the dirt. Like everything is very what do you like? I don't know if milky is the right term for it. Make sure you've got AO in there. AO would do wonders if you don't. See, like I guess I'm expecting to be more in this range. And right now it's here. It's like washed. Let me see what happens with the saturations. Yeah, okay, yeah. See, I have like good range between all of the... Man, that's really interesting. You have all types of colors in here. That's great. I do this so that you can see the separations easier. And let you know how subtle the changes are. I think adding some more small ones like these that are closer to the value of the mud, and then just, yeah, scattering them everywhere. The twigs and sticks and stuff look pretty cool. I would suggest adding maybe like 1 or 2 really long ones, even though it wouldn't work really well for a substance tileable. For presentation purposes, I would add like maybe like one big one here, maybe one like this. I don't know. It's cool looking though. It's looking nice. I would see if you can get the mud interacting with the rocks more, if that makes sense. So like if you were to look at it in the sense of like let's see here. So if this is your mud, right? And then you have a rock here. The rock goes under the mud, right? This displacement here would cause the mud to lift a little bit more along where the mud covers the rock. I think what you would do is mask the rocks out, do a high quality grayscale blur on them, and then add that into the height map of the mud. And you should get like a nice like lift around the rocks that you do that with. Ah. Yeah, I mean, it's looking solid. Solid. All right. I've been seeing this scene in action. Let's see here. Get a video of it. So, right off the bat, this metal here, really noisy. Like texturally, doesn't need to be that intense. Like, smoother will look better, I think, in the long run. Or like finer normal differences. Love this pipe. Whoa, what's happening? No. So with this rotation that's occurring, I'm just gonna like scrub through this. Is that possible? Oh my gosh, it is. So you've got this like rotation happening, right? I think having it fade out instead of stopping, like just have it fade out here while it's still moving at the same speed, is going to be a much better like visual result. And then when the video starts, it needs to already be moving at full speed. Don't have it like stop and then start and then end on a stop. That makes sense. And then I try and tell a story with the droplets coming down. Like that's rain, right? I think it could look pretty cool if it was more like specific strands. So like areas where like there's runoff occurring. Like maybe this rain is much lighter. By lighter, I mean not as visible. And then what is as visible as what you're seeing now is more where like the rain's collecting in spots and then dripping down stronger, if that makes sense. Let me see if I can. Why? What? No, not like this. Hang on. There we go. So you have your raindrops and stuff coming down, right? And then you have like areas where you have stronger droplets coming down. Like basically where they're collecting in areas and kind of like spilling down. You'll see it in Aliens quite a bit. Maybe some droplets hitting here. Could be cool. Also, these stairwells feel really narrow. I guess it's a maintenance hall or a maintenance stairwell. But yeah. It's again where I'm trying to find that composition balance of like making sure they're not too even. Anyway, yeah, cool. Boom. Oh yeah, I saw this scene. I was like, dude, This shot right here, super powerful. Super, super nice. This is Martin Vander Hum. Maybe. Still working for us. Overall feedback would be awesome. I mean, this looks great. I think adding tons of little micro story details is going to be good. Is that the Discord? That's the Discord. That's great. Love the details up here. Think about wires and stuff. Caution. Okay, that's good. That's good. Breaking up symmetry so that you don't have these straight lines every, you know. Yeah, but like keyboards, mice. I mean, I know you haven't gotten to that yet. Oh, man. Dude, okay. I have to stop on this one. There's 6 more to go. So we got Louis T, Base 3D, Jonathan Lester, Agent D7, and Steve Norgate. I have to stop before I get to you. But I'll see what I can do. I'm going to figure something out. Anywho, I got to get out of here, guys. It is 9:32. Before I go, this shot is super strong. I would add more props, more storytelling, get some stuffs on these shelves. It looks like you're starting to do that. Maybe play with those colors a little bit. It's a little Christmassy. This is very, it's very Division. I feel it. I recognize these props. And then break up the symmetry, make it not so organized, add some wires, cables, all the jazz. But it's looking solid. The breakup on the tops of this already are really good. All right, guys. I got to get out of here. You guys have a good weekend. South Stance, thanks for chilling. Code word 203 to the 303. I will catch you guys later. Enjoy the weekend, and thanks for all the sick art you guys posted. I'll see you tomorrow, my love. Bye, Matt. Love you, man. In the credits.